show. You need to.
My, I need to get out. Hey guys, sorry. Hey live, sorry. Major, I don't know what's going on. Difficulties here with Streamyard. So we fixed it all. So now we're just getting things ready. So I'm sorry we're running late here. We have a guest tonight, so thank you so much everybody for sticking around. Mucho apreciado here. So we'll be up in a second. Hold on one second. Jesse, you want me to log out of Call-In Studio? I hung up. Call-In Studio of the call-in. Okay.
Are you calling back in, Scott?
I am.
Okay.
Okay, sorry guys. Give us 1 second. Sorry guys, give us 1 second. Sorry. Hey, Master Sergeant USMC, what up? Hey. Okay, I'm just calling real quick here, guys. What? No, that's not. Is that? No, that's not it. Hold on. I gotta go back to it now. Hold on a second. Shoot, where was I? Yeah, right there. Yep. Retreat. Yeah. What? 6. Yes. Sorry, guys. 1 second here. We're getting there. This is what happens. We crap breaks right before the show. There we go. Let's host that show. Okay, guys. Give me 1 second here. This never wants to work on the first shot, Chad. You know that.
Thank you for
Can you hear
calling
that?
Call-In Studios host
Yep.
and call screener line. Please enter your show number and press pound. That was an invalid
Never
show
works.
number. Please re-enter your show number, followed by the pound key.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number. Welcome, host. You have not started a show.
Yes, I have.
Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio
Thank you,
web
honey.
interface.
Pleasure, appreciate
Show
it.
recording is on.
All right. There we go. Everything should be working now. Chad, you okay?
I'm doing good.
All right, let's do this here. Sorry, guys. Sorry it took so long. Got a nightmare of stuff going on today. All right, let me hit this. I bought a new cord for my Zoom. Hopefully, the sounded a lot better than last week's show. I apologize for that. We're still trying to get all this stuff worked out. All these beautiful kinks that everybody's got here. So, all right, we are good to go. So, Chad, I'm gonna hit record on the Zoom. What is it? 8:42. And let's start this happen. All right, Chad. Here we go. Let's get the music ready, and here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You wanna know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. It is 8:30, which means it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. We have Shorty Nits manning the phones. And please welcome to my virtual left, my co-host, Jazz427.
Howdy, y'all. It's time to wrap up Mega Month.
Mega month! Oh, that was weak. Tonight's episode is 574, recorded live on July 31st, 2019. And it is the West Bend Cash Bash. Yes, guys, phone lines are open. So if you've been to the Cash Bash, you're going to the Cash Bash, if you have questions about the Cash Bash, you give us a call at 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. But first, Chad, my
Mm.
ear really itches right now. It's terrible. And I can't scratch it because I have to take my earbuds out to scratch it. It's really irritating. It's really, really itching right now. Let's talk
Like,
Patreon.
need to
Chad.
wear headphones.
Oh, it's like right in there. It's like I just want to. Sorry, guys. All right, Chad. Let's talk Patreon. Cost a lot of money to make this podcast work, as you know, Chad. And we
Mhm.
really gives you guys help. We hit our big 60th subscriber over the weekend.
Awesome.
Our big 60th subscriber, Terrell 2 out of Madison, Alabama. Not Madison, Wisconsin, Madison, Alabama. I actually met Terrell 2 this weekend out in
Did ya?
at the Midwest Geobash. Yeah, it was a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a really good time. Had a lot of fun. A ton of people come up and said hello. Guys, thank you so much to everybody who came, who walked up, said hello. We gave out path tags. We gave out stickers. We gave out buttons. It was a good time. So thank you, everybody who stopped by, say hello. And while Chad, get this, Jesse was so pissed at me. I missed the picture. You know, the big picture?
Uh-huh.
Because somebody stopped me to shake my hand. And I chatted with him. And Jesse, you know, it was sitting by the picture. Jesse, I don't even know if she got into the picture or not. But she's
No, I was waiting for you.
You were
And we
waiting-
made it in time for the video.
You made it in time for
That
this
was it.
video. But you know what? When someone says, "Hey, Scott Burks," and comes with their hand out to shake, I shake
Yeah.
their hand and I say hello and we talk for a minute. You know?
Oh yeah, I do that too. Except
Yeah.
for when pictures come, I was like, "Come on, let's go get the picture."
Yeah, I thought the picture would take a little time. You know, I thought I've been to West Bend a bunch of times. It takes them 15 minutes to get the picture set up. So I was ready for a quick picture, and no, lo and behold, I mean, it was like immediate. Took the picture, so I missed the picture. But you know what? I talked to a patron, so I was very happy. I saw Lisa Hawkins; she was there. I saw Lisa
Awesome.
over the weekend. It was nice. So in the meantime, Chad,
Mm-hmm.
Patreon, Terrell 2 out of Madison, Alabama. Never been to Alabama, never been to Madison, Alabama. But real nice guy, Terrell 2. So thank you so much, sir, for becoming a patron. Guys, anything you can to help, patreon.com. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast.
All right, tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
It's also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork at the Paraders of the fantastic logbook made with genuine right in the rain.
And it looks like we lost Scott and Shorty Net, so I'll go ahead
What are you
and
talking about?
do
We're
the
right
sponsors
here.
for Logwork.
Jay.
And it's also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of a fantastic logbook
Jay, you
made
remember-
with genuine Write in the Rain paper. The logbook's designed for micro containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who would rather go caching than do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's
Can you hear me?
LOGWERK.com. They're still there. I'm not here. I'm not there.
No, yeah,
We're
we're
all-
here.
You're there too, Chad.
You're here too, Chad. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Oh, okay. Go ahead,
There
Scott.
you
You
go.
continue.
All right. Also sponsored by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is a magazine for geocachers written by geocachers with 6 issues a year. FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com. That's ftfgeocacher.com.
Okay, some technical difficulties there. Sorry.
Continue.
So you want me to do Max Suds, or are you going to do it?
Oh, I'll do it. And by the Maxsuds Body Company. Maxsuds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Begone soap, itch spray, and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Maxsuds Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And finally, by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching sells utility items for geocaching. Our items are made in the USA, and we always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL geocaching.com.
And you can find links to all our sponsors in all of our show notes. Good Lord with the gremlins tonight, Chad.
Sorry about that. On my screen, you guys died out. so I was like, okay, I guess I'm on the show
Going
solo until I started reading the chat. And it's like, let me restart my stuff.
No, you're the one. You're the one.
I'm the one.
So, the only news we got this week is we attended the Midwest Bash, and I said like we had a great time meeting everybody. Thanks again, everybody who came said hello to us. We appreciate it very much. It's always nice to see people who listen to the show and watch the show, and always nice to see. It's always weird when someone like points their finger at you, goes and says your name, and it's always a little weird. And then they come up, they go Scott Burks. It's always a little
Mhm.
weird. So always nice to see. Always nice to talk to people. I love meeting the fans and giving them path tags and buttons and all that, giving them swag. So it's always nice. Thank you everybody who stopped by. And hey, you know what? Next weekend we're going to West Bend. Do the same thing. You see Jesse and I at West Bend. You come up, you say hello, and we might have a little present for you. So you might want to say hello to me and Jesse. You could scream Shorty Nate at the top of your lungs. How about doing that? That'll be fun. Scream Shorty Nate at the top of your lungs if you see Jesse. Okay. Meanwhile, we got Chad here. Sorry, we have is Craig here?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's in the queue.
All right, so let's bring in our guest here. After all the gremlins, the patiently waiting. Where are we? Are we in here? We should be good to go. Craig Farrell. Craig, are you there, sir?
I am, Scott. How are you?
Craig, how are you, sir?
Well, I'm terrific. Everything is always beautiful in the geocaching capital of the Midwest. You know that.
So let me
Had a perfect day today, 72 for a high, nice breeze, and blue skies. So all is well here.
let me give you an intro and talk you up. You are the what of what? Tell me who you are.
Well, I am the executive director of the West Bend Area Chamber of Commerce, and I'm also responsible for the city's tourism budget and all the things we do tourism related.
Okay, and so you had this genius idea, correct? How many years ago?
Yeah.
12 years ago?
Well, it was actually about 13 years ago because it took about a year to get it all put together. But it seemed like a kind of a crazy idea. My wife thought I was nuts, and she's probably right most of the
Right,
time, but not
right.
in this case. We
And-
were, we were fortunate to have a couple of really great geocachers wander into my office, and from that, I was able to put together the first committee, and it's been going strong ever since.
Wow. And so this is your 12th year going. I looked up stats before
Correct.
the show. So this is my 10th year going this year, Craig. 10th year.
Well,
I'll be there.
you're doing really well. We probably will have at least about 40 teams that have been to every one, which
Wow.
is kind of
Wow.
hard to believe, but it's true that in fact we were doing some research. And, I'm a big marketing guy,
Right.
and I like to look at numbers. And last year, we were looking at the cachers that attended. We had roughly about 600 and some teams that came. And of that, roughly 18% were teams that had found less than 250 caches.
Huh.
About 8% had found between 251 and 500. 12 and almost 13% had found between 500 and 1,000. 209 teams, and it was 36.5%, had found between 1,000 and 5,000. 76, or roughly 13.5%, have found between 5,000 and 10,000 caches, and 65 teams, for an 11.5 percentage, have found 10,000 plus caches. And that just blows my mind, and it tells me a number of things. Number one, it's nice that we continue to get some really seasoned geocachers that have been around since the very beginning. But it also is good to see that the number of cachers that are from 0 to 500 makes up roughly a quarter of all of the folks that attend, which
Sure.
is good because that means that the sport is continuing to grow.
Right. You're getting the newbies coming in. Right.
That's exactly right. And the numbers were virtually the same in 2017. The only thing I would say is maybe there the 0 to 250 was at 20%. So down 2% this past year. But hey, as long as we keep bringing young ones in and lots of families in, it's going to keep this going for a long time.
Now, let's talk about West Bend for a minute here. I've been coming to West Bend for obviously now 10 years. I love West
Yeah.
Bend. It's like I told Jesse it's like a second home to me. I know, it's getting to the point where I know the streets and I know where things are. I know the restaurants I like and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Jesse's been going for this is going to be Jesse's 6th year going to West Bend. So West Bend, for anybody who doesn't know, it's this tiny little town. How many people are in your town,
About 32,000.
32,000. It's a tiny little town. I guess 30,000 ain't that tiny. It ain't that big, really. It isn't that big.
Well, it's a city, but it's the thing about it is it's the county seat. So unlike a lot of the communities around Milwaukee that are bedroom communities, West Bend really is its own personality. Which is
Yeah, it's a beautiful little town. It really is.
Right.
It's got some great right by the water, right off. Is it a lake? What lake is that right there?
You've got the Regner Park that's right there, which is the swim pond.
Well, yes.
But we're very close to the Milwaukee River,
Right,
and
Milwaukee.
in fact, the city got its name because that's the farthest west that the Milwaukee River goes. It bends right there at that spot. And if you were to go back to the 1800s, there was a sawmill built there, and that's really kind of where industry started.
So you've got this tiny little town that everybody completely embraces geocaching when it comes once a year. The whole town does.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
It's really fantastic. I mean, the police, even the Muggles. I love to tell the story, Jesse. I'm gonna let you tell the story from a couple of years ago. Craig, we were doing the I think we were doing. Was it the Jesse, help me.
Tour?
No, it wasn't the Geo Tour.
I think I know where you're getting at. We were doing the photo.
The photo. Thank you.
The photo contest.
So we're doing the photo. Jesse, go ahead, tell the story. You know what I'm talking about the
Yep.
photo?
I do. So we were doing a photo contest, and I think we had to find a picture of a windmill or something like that. And so we're out on the farm roads outside of town, and we come across a nice house with a barn. There's a windmill, and so we want to take the picture. And the person who lived there came out and talked to us and said, "Oh, are you doing that geocaching thing?" And we explained, "Yes, we're doing that, but we're also doing the scavenger hunt for pictures. Is it all right? Can we take a picture of this great?" Maybe it was a weather vane, whatever it was. Oh, absolutely. And how's it going? And there's a whole bunch down the road, and just totally welcomed us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I've done my part to educate the community, and just that weekend alone brings in roughly about $500,000 in tourist dollars.
Amazing.
People leave with a lot of great memories and quite a few caches to their credit, and they leave their money behind, and that works really well.
One of the things I love also with West Bend is that it is a for lack of a better term, it is a caching mega. It is a mega you go to cache at. It is not a mega you go to if you want to sit there. I mean, while you can sit there and talk to people in Regner Park and have a good time, really once the mega starts, it clears out and everyone goes caching, and then they come back around 5:00 for the finale. But it's not the kind of mega where people are sitting around chatting. People are out caching because there are. When I tell you, people, if anybody's never looked at a map, go to geocaching.com, type in West Bend, Wisconsin, and look at how many caches surround West Bend, Wisconsin. You will see why nobody hangs around. There is. I mean, I've been going there for 10 years.
Well, people hang around, but hang around to go caching.
I've been going. This is my 10th year going. I've scratched the surface of caches they get there. It's amazing how many caches there are.
Well, they said we have over 1,600 caches within a 10-mile radius of our community.
That's a lot.
It is a great place for people to come, depending on whatever their level of experiences. There are a lot of 1-1s, but you also find some really difficult ones and puzzle caches. There's really something for everybody, and I think that's one of the reasons why we've been able to keep a lot of the senior geocachers who have 10,000 plus caches. and they keep coming back because it's always something new.
Are you calling me a senior? I have 17,000. Am I a senior? Is that what I am?
No, I guess I'd call me a senior, but you're just a kid, so no worries.
God bless you. God bless you. Correct. I'm just a kid. All right, so let's talk about the Cash Bash here. So this year, what is the theme this year?
This year it's superheroes.
Superheroes. Okay.
Yeah. So all the caches have some sort of a superhero tie-in, one way or another, and it really is going to be a fun experience. You know, this past year we had magic, and I know you and Jesse were wandering around, and you know, as you were pointing out, our picture, because we have so many people, by the time you get them all lined up and get the camera set, that it usually takes us about 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm very used to it taking 15 minutes for a picture to be taken. Like they had it done. Yeah. They were like, all right, take a picture. I'm like, really? Already? Like I usually, first of all, I usually get 3 or 4 calls, like anybody, last chance, and then one more last chance.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Scott, when you look at the number of people that are in the picture, there's about an equal number that are not in the picture that are taking pictures of the people in the picture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
I've never been able to quite figure that out, but God bless them. You know, some obviously maybe concerned about having their face on a poster in the post office or something, so they don't want to be in the picture.
So
that's okay.
So when it comes to the Cash Bash, it is Friday and Saturday, August 9th and 10th. I unfortunately, as horrible as I do not have the GC code here, or I would give it out. Can somebody look real quick? But let's start with Jesse or Chad will get it in 2 seconds. Let's start with the West Bend Geo Tour.
I can give it to you.
Oh, you have it? Oh, by all means, give it to me. Yes.
GC 7, X as in X-ray, 7, H is the hotel, 4.
Okay. And so let's start. First of all, if anybody in the chat room, anybody been to West Bend or is going to West Bend, give us a call. If you have a question for Craig here, this is the guy you want to talk to. Craig is he's the big banana here. So you want to talk to somebody, you want to talk to this guy. But hey, if you've been there or if you are going, I want to hear from you and let's hear your stories from West Bend, because let's hype this baby up, because it's a great mega. I love it every year. So let's start with the Geo Tour. You're still doing the Geo Tour,
yes.
Correct? Still going on.
We are. In fact, we just extended it for another year. I bought some more Geo coins for anybody that completes the Geo Tour. It has been so successful, and all through the summer, literally almost every day, there's somebody that's posting that they had stopped at the chamber office, where the Frisbee house.
Right.
And I kind of keep track of who's in town just on the basis of who's posting that. And we've had people really from all over. But, the beauty of it is that not only do people have a chance to get some really neat geocaches, because Farm Girl, who's been, one of the primary people on my committee for the past 12 years, she was the one that set this all up. And it basically also tells each cache is a little bit of the history of our community. So it's tied to some point of the history, maybe where the tornado came through,
right,
or the fact that the Frisbee house is on the National Register of homes. This little tidbit wherever you go, and that makes it not only fun, but also interesting, and people leave with a much better understanding of what our community is all about.
Yes, and funny thing is, over the years, when it first came out, Jesse and I got the coin, but we didn't have to complete everything. I think we had to complete, I can't remember, 25 points or something. Jess, do you remember what it was?
20 points plus 5, which you would get either by eating one of our restaurants,
right,
or
yes,
staying in one of our hotels. Yeah.
So we got the points, but over the years we've gotten the caches. We are now 1 cache away from getting all 20. We have 19, so we plan on getting number 20. We plan on getting number 20. Number 20. This year.
It looks like the weather's going to be great on next Friday. So maybe you and Jesse want to come up and look for that one before you get to the Cash Bash for registration.
Yeah, I think we are coming up on Friday. And right, Jess? I think we're coming.
Good.
Up. Yeah, I think we're coming up Friday. So let's go. Okay, the 1,000 cash prize drawing, the $1,000 cash prize drawing.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, well, when you were talking about, that a lot of the megas are, people kind of sitting around. And when I created this, I had been doing a little investigation on what geocaching was all about, because I really didn't know much about it, but I'd read an interesting article. And as I started looking at what events there were, most of them seemed to be kind of not what geocachers would do, kind of sitting around and swapping stories. And so in creating this, I wanted to have an event where people actually went out and found caches. And to the best of my knowledge, I think we were the very first that actually had an event where people were out most of the time looking for the caches.
Right. Yeah.
In order to add a little luster to the whole thing as we were starting out, I talked the city into letting me give away $1,000 in cash, and we've continued to do that every year. We'll continue doing it into the future. And anyone that registers for the event and shows up, signs the logbook, they and all their family members will get a raffle ticket for the cache. They don't have to find a single geocache. They can just wander around and stop at the farmer's market or do some things like that, and then show up on Saturday night, and their raffle ticket is as good as anybody else's. And they could be winning $50, or there are $200 raffle tickets that'll be given. There's a $250, and then top prize is $500.
Right. But then there's also general prizes, geocoins, cash
yeah,
containers.
we have a lot of other raffle prizes. In fact, up until this year, we've always given away a single raffle ticket for every 10 caches that are found. This year, we're going to sweeten it a little bit, and for every 5 caches that someone finds, they'll get a raffle ticket.
Oh, look at you.
So,
Wow.
twice as good a chance to win, even if they haven't found all of the caches. And while we have a number of cachers that will be out looking early, and they come back having found all 50.
All 50,
or
right,
when
sure.
we had 60, they would have found all 60. But that doesn't mean that they necessarily have a better chance of winning raffle prizes, or that they would be winning the cash. It's strictly the luck of the draw.
I think Jesse wanted to try it one year to get all 50 or all 60.
Yeah, we came close one year, right?
Did we come close one year?
We came pretty close. Yeah, I don't think we've ever actually gotten all of them.
Right.
Maybe this year.
Well, maybe this is the year, Jesse.
We'll see.
Just turn yourself up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So each registered team can earn by finding our 50 caches, but the prizes are geocoins, cash containers, prime memberships, gift certificates.
Right.
Like I won 2 years ago. I won a chamber gift certificate where I was able to go for dinner. It paid for dinner. It was awesome. I got free dinner.
Yeah.
So that's the only first and only thing I've ever won at the Cash Bash in 10 years. So.
Well, this may be your year. Before you came, I think it was the very first year that we had the event. I was pulling the winning tickets, and I called out the number for the $250 prize. And this lady back in the audience was from Florida. She said, "Well, I didn't want to win that one. I want the $500 one." Honest to God, this is no exaggeration. I pulled her ticket, and she went back to Florida with $500 more in her pocket.
Guys, what's funny is that Craig tells that story every year at the Cash Bash.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest story. Every year he tells that story.
Wow.
He starts it with that.
It's something that is kind of like lightning striking. You just don't believe
ridiculous.
things like that could happen.
Oh, it's ridiculous. All right, so
and
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was going to say, we even have had people who have left Cash Bash. They had to get back home, and in a case of this one couple gave some geocaches they were talking to their raffle tickets for the cash, and that person ended up winning $250. So you got to be there to win the prize. So makes people stick around.
And so I'm looking at my coin, my coin case, and I got one, not including the West Bend Geo Tour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 coins from the Cash Bash. They are the
Right.
Cash Bash Geocoin. So,
Right.
what is the coin going to be this year, Craig?
It's going to be
You've had
superheroes.
you've got
And,
you always throw up amazing coins, guys. If you've never seen the West Bend coins, they're pretty cool.
Well, we just received them today, and we only produce 250, so they go fairly fast. But Scott, I don't want to end up with a bag of coins. So
Have you ever ended up
I'd
with a
rather
bag of
make them
coins?
a little more in demand.
Have you ever ended up with extras? I mean, like those things are always awesome.
Well, I still have some from 2016, the sheriff's badge. I probably have about
I am literally
20
pointing.
of those.
I am pointing at the sheriff's badge as we speak.
Well, show it to us.
It's in the
Yeah.
case. All right, hold on.
So I want one that looks like the Greatest American Heroes icon.
This is the sheriff's badge. Hold on, I gotta There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's really like it's tin. It's not like it's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's even got a little. It's even got a little thing on the back so you can meet
Oh.
the sheriff. Yeah, this was from.
Yeah.
Was this 2016?
Yeah, I think so.
No, wait. This is Geo Woodstock. I'm looking at the wrong one. There you go. That's the.
That's old style sheriff badge.
There you go. Cash
Yeah.
Bash. There you go.
We still have about 20 of those, so we're gonna
Really?
we're gonna put them out for sale during Cash Bash.
Yeah, these are awesome. Oh no, he's got some great ones. I mean, there's some really, really good ones here. The
Yeah, I think my favorite was the Magic from last year.
that's one with the
with
8-ball
the
here.
Dragon and
The dragon one. Oh, this one.
yeah, it's kind of
That one.
silver and gold.
Yeah. I'm trying to Cash Bash, and then it's got the dragon on the back.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So the coins are always amazing. They really, really are. The coins are always fantastic, and so I'm looking forward to it. And guys, if you go to West Bend, get a coin because
Yeah,
you're gonna love it.
my goodness, yes.
Craig, I got a caller here who wants to talk to you. You take a call? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I have got. Hold on, let's bring him in. I have got Minnesota on the line. Master Sergeant Barry, you there, sir?
Hey, Scott, how are you doing? I'm doing great.
Good. How are you? Oh, you got something to say to Craig?
I do. Well, I do. I have a short story, and I wanted to thank him at the end. So it's actually good timing because you guys were just talking about coins. And the first, this will be my third Cash Bash I'm going to here in the next week or two. But the very, very first one I went to was in 2011. And literally, I was brand new to geocaching. I think I had 200 finds to my name 2 or 3 years in, so I did not do it very often. And these friends that I had in Wisconsin said, "Hey, we're gonna grab you for a day, and we're taking you to West Bend, taking you to this mega." And with so few finds and being so experienced, I had no idea what that meant. And so when I got there, all the caches, completely overwhelming, all the events. It was a great time, but I had no frame of reference for what I was getting myself into. So I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy a T-shirt, didn't have anything. I just kind of went, had some fun, found a bunch of caches, probably doubled my total over the previous 3 years. Fast forward to, 2017, 18-ish, probably about 8 or 9 megas in by that time. And what was the one coin I'd have never gotten from all the megas I had been to was a 2011 Cash Bash coin. So, Craig, I wanted to say thanks to you and your team. I had written the Chamber of Commerce in West Bend maybe, a year and a half or so ago. And one of your young ladies have responded to my plea of, "Hey, this is the only one I've never gotten. I was inexperienced at the time. I completely apologize. If you guys have any of these left, I will buy it on the spot. And please, if you can help, great." And she went over backwards, found one, got it to me, and I'm no longer missing that coin. So since you were on the phone, I wanted to say thanks to you and your team. It is the one mega that I finally got a coin for.
Well, Sergeant, thank you. We want people to leave West Bend with some great memories, and we will do whatever we can to make sure that happens. By the way, thank you for your service. I think that stands for itself.
You're welcome.
Glad to help you out.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
thank you.
Fine,
Great
thank
story.
Scott, Shorty Nits, I'll see
West
you
Bend.
guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
find me, dude.
We'll
Give me
see you soon, Barry.
you've got my number, Barry. You call me. I'm up there Friday night, so you give me a call. We'll
We'll
get
do.
together.
I'll track you guys down. We'll go have a dinner or something.
Absolutely.
Sounds great.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Bye.
Great show. Keep it up.
Thanks, buddy. Bye. Okay, so Craig, let's move on to one of the things that I find really cool that most other kind of separates you from other megas is you have classes.
Yeah, we do. And this is again Annie, whose name is Farm Girl. She's been putting these on for probably 6 or 7 years, and it really helps to bring newbies kind of into the what geocaching is all about. And she'll be there to answer all the questions. And because she is such a seasoned cacher herself, there isn't anything that she hasn't seen or done. And that is always appreciated. That's one of the things we always get a lot of positive comments on from folks who are just starting out.
Sure,
So,
sure.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
No. And one thing I want to mention too, kind of unrelated to it, but is the Regner Park, which is a fantastic park. It's this huge park right in the heart of West Bend. And it has this huge watering hole, which I remember wasn't always there. So it's a man-made lake, is it not? Correct?
Yep.
No, that's what I thought. I remember when it wasn't
Yeah.
there. Right? It was not always there, correct?
Well, it's been there, I guess, for as long as the park has been there. So that would be 80 years.
Oh, I don't remember that being there the first time I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's been there since I've been here.
I remember the
that's
stage
13 years.
wasn't there. That was not there. That was
That's right. If you can think back, Scott, when you first came, at that point we had just the two buildings,
Right.
that where we have the downloads and where our geocaching central location is.
right.
But there was no pavilion. It was not covered. The bandstand was beat up and had seen better days, and there was no stage. And all of those things, thanks in part to the Cache Bash, have been created because of really the use that we put to that. And not only us, Rotary and Kiwanis, I mean, everybody's out there, and it is, it's right in the center of our community, and it is special. I never get tired of going into Regner Park because I always see something I hadn't seen
Sure.
before. Oh, there's a trout pond. There's tennis courts and a baseball diamond and a splash pad for the kids. And in fact, if families are coming, they get tickets for both the splash pad and for the swimming pond.
Right,
and that's
that-
free.
That's why I was bringing this up. Yes, because one of the great things about this is that you get the pool free, that huge lake and the splash pad all free for geocachers, which gets a ton of use for all the little kids. For if you have
It
kids.
does. With a lot of families, there is a kind of a tipping point when the kids are no longer having fun; they're just getting tired.
Sure.
And that's a good time to kind of call it a day and take the kids back, get them in their suits, and let them swim or go to the splash pad and just splash around. And it helps to kind of burn off some of that energy and gives the parents a little bit of a break so that they can just watch their kids enjoying the water.
Right. Yeah. Sure. No. It's a nice touch to everything else is to be able to offer that as well. And then go ahead. No. Okay. One thing I want to know, what everybody wants to know about, is the lab caches or the adventure labs or stuff like that. Is that going to be offered? Let's talk about that.
Caches, lab caches this year, we will have 5 of them, and they are going to be real life superheroes.
Yeah.
So they're going to have an opportunity if they wanted to stop at a fire station or at the police station. And I just was fortunate enough to be invited to go through West Bend Police Department's Citizens Academy, which was about a 30-hour course. And basically, you kind of do everything that you do going through the police academy, only you do it quicker. And I'm probably the oldest person to ever have gone through the academy, but it was truly amazing. And, they took us down to a firing range, and we had a chance to to shoot Glocks at targets, and we went down in the squad, or in the what you call it, the I can't think what you call it, but the for the special teams that they put out.
Right.
And
I don't know.
So we got to ride in that and basically do all of those things. It gave me such an impression of what police work is all about, and I'm just really in awe of what they have to do on a daily basis. So a SWAT vehicle, now it suddenly came to me. So that's one of the places that there will be a superheroes lab cache. We're going to have others. I won't tell you all of them, but there will be some additional ones that I think folks would be very interested in.
And when will they be available?
They will be available on Saturday from noon to 3.
3-hour window for the lab caches?
I'm sorry?
A 3-hour window for the lab caches?
That's it.
Wow.
Because we actually have people who are going to get paid overtime by their departments to be included in that. So we had to keep it fairly short and to the point.
Wow. And how many is it? 5, right?
5. Yep.
Wow, a 3-hour
This
window.
is, particularly for folks who have children, I think this would be something they want to do.
Sure.
And maybe by that time of the day, they probably have been out caching and they had lunch, and this might be just a ticket for ending up the rest of their afternoon.
Okay. And then we've got the usual. We got the Geo Bingo. You're going to have that again, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah, we always have Geo Bingo. That's one thing that's a given.
And what do you have? Are you going to have the game where you got to find people? You know what I mean? Like find the pirates. You've done find the pirates or find the stuff like that.
Not this year.
No,
but
okay.
We will have a superhero contest for kids, so they can be dressed up in their favorite superhero costume, and there will be a contest for them. We encourage. There will be also a flash mob on Friday in the evening. And anybody that wants to come and wear superhero clothing, it'll be perfect for that flash mob.
What time is that flash mob at?
That is, let's see if I've got it on my schedule here. Okay.
I want to see a picture of someone in the Greatest American Hero costume.
There you go. Between 7 and 7:15 will be when the flash mob is.
I don't know, Jess, we're going to make that. I don't know if we're going to make that.
Sure, we will.
Well, on a Friday night, you already be in town, so.
Yeah, but we're leaving on Friday. We're coming in Friday night.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, we'll be there.
Well, this is
Okay. Jesse says we'll be there. I guess we're going to be there.
I'm counting on Jesse. I know who runs things there.
Yeah, you got
Smart
that.
Man.
You got that right. Sir.
Yeah, for the people that come in early, we have our meet and greet, and that's at Pizza Ranch. I don't know if you folks have gotten over there when you were in town, but
the Pizza Ranch.
It is.
Where is it?
Really is a big hit, and the food is great, very modest prices, and it's really all you can eat. So it's a good place to gather, and the Farm Girl will be hosting that, and that will be from 6 to 8 o'clock on Thursday night.
And how many new caches are going live for the event?
There will be 50 new caches going live for this year. Of those caches, 17, we've kind of upped the number of dog-friendly caches because we've had folks complaining because a number of our parks, and this is city law, so we don't really have much control over it. I've been lobbying unsuccessfully to let dogs get into some of those parks, but we now have, for this year, 17 dog-friendly caches.
Is Regner Park dog-friendly?
No.
No.
But the people bring dogs all the time into Regner Park.
Well, yeah, and folks kind of turn in the county or city parks kind of turn a blind eye to it. So, but they could be asked to take their dog out.
I don't think liquor's allowed in there either, is it?
Yeah, now we do also, of course, we have another varmint that's going to be there. We've got Signal the Frog will be coming back yet again, coming. And frogs are allowed, by the way.
Right. Oh, good to know. Okay, so I got a question for you, Craig.
Yeah.
and this is kind of a weird question, but I'm asking anyway because I'm
Okay.
gonna ask any question I want. Last year, I love the Cash Bash. Last year,
Yes.
there was a lot of complaints about the 50 caches that went live. The 50 caches for the actual event, being that
Right.
they were big hikes. I'm like I went and found a bunch of them. They were difficult. Jesse, do you agree with me here? Some of them were
Yeah,
very
the,
difficult
the
caches.
groupings that we picked definitely were higher terrain, more strenuous hikes for sure.
Correct.
Right. And we tried to the thing is we have some really exceptional hiders, and their creativity sometimes makes those caches more at a level where they are and not necessarily as good for the younger folks.
Yeah.
And I've had some mothers saying, hey, look, my kids were crying because we were out in the woods, and so when we post what the terrain level is, and just what the difficulty level is, they've got to watch. If they're getting up 2.5, 3 or better, that these are going to be challenging, and that's one of the reasons why we post it. We do have an awful lot of our caches are in the 1.5 range, and probably 5 or 6 that would be ones. And then from there it goes on up. But I would say in defense of that is that's also one of the reasons why you get a lot of the seasoned hiders, or seasoned cachers who have been doing this for years, and they keep coming back because these are caches that are challenging and worth finding. So we try and keep a balance enough that the newbies and the families can get to, and some that are more difficult. But that's the reason why in our program we have a cache grid and break out exactly what the level and what the terrain is, so that they are not surprised by it.
Right. Yeah. It was just what the things that we heard were like, it was very difficult to get all 50, or it took too much time. When you have something, when obviously there's a time limit here, it's more or less a race to try and get to 50. And
Right.
when a cache takes, 30 minutes because it's a 15-minute walk there and back to the car, it's kind of, I think people were complaining about that, and their kid, obviously people with kids,
Yeah. But you know what, Scott? There's also a little hook to it because that brings people back to West Bend.
Yeah, I go back every year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes when there's not an
I
event.
see posts from you every so often, so yeah,
Yes.
that's what we want you to do. Don't just come to town once. Keep coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we've come in twice. We've come in the off season.
Yep.
When was the last time we were there? Just weren't we there in like October, November? Weren't we there?
We were up
No,
that way.
December. No, like November, December. We were there. We were just
Mhm.
up there, Craig. End of the year.
Yeah, well, hopefully, if there's not any snow on the ground, it's a great time to cache, because you don't have the mosquitoes and you don't have a lot of greenery that you have to kind of find
Right.
your way through.
That was very weird to be in Regner Park with I think leaves were off the trees and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
close to being off the trees, and it was very empty. It was very weird to be there. So obviously the Sunday pancake breakfast, correct? That's a standard.
Yes.
That's
It's a tradition. Wisconsin Geocaches Association. They've been our partner for the whole time that we've been doing Cache Bash. And of course, they also, in addition to doing the pancake breakfast, which is one of their major fundraisers for the year, in addition, they also are going to have basically be the place where you can swap, travel bugs and what have you. So, you stop by their booth and, you can pick up some or drop some off.
right. And one thing I didn't mention, but I'm going to mention here, is your the GeoCoin and the travel bug exchange. Because you guys usually have this table. They have a huge table with just loaded with travel bugs
Yep.
and coins and all that. It's
That's right.
It's one of the biggest I've ever seen.
And it's a good place to do it, and because we really want to support the Wisconsin Geocaching Association, it gives people a chance to visit with them, and a good reason to stop by.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It used to be an event. I don't think you can make it an event anymore, can you? Because they're
No.
cracking down on that stuff.
people are usually so busy out looking for the geocaches that to make an event it just doesn't work. So that's okay.
And again, I
That's
will stress this is a geocaching mega. It really is. I mean, Regner Park clears out pretty quick once it starts. I mean, people
well,
like
yeah, and hopefully we'll beat our record. We always start on Friday at exactly noon. People start getting in line there at about 10:30 to 11, and kind of are always trying to prod me into letting them start a little early. But we start at noon, and within we'll usually at that point have about 400 to 500 people that'll be there, and we have everybody checked in. This last year, within about 25 minutes.
wow.
So, we're organized. I'm sure there are other events that are well run, but I get an awful lot of compliments on just how well run our event is. And it's a great marriage between some great geocachers who hide for us and the chamber. What we do is run events. So,
Right.
that's our wheelhouse.
And I think you might be the only mega that is run by the actual chamber, the city chamber.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
And there was talk about, well, maybe we should turn it into a paid event or have some portion of it where you could buy a lunch or something and get the coin. But we want it to be completely free. Where else can you go when we go to an event where not only do you not have to spend any money, but you may get some money when you're leaving?
Absolutely.
So-
Right.
And extra money this year. Can you tell us about the Superpowers caches that's new this year?
Yeah, well, this is kind of, I'll try and give you the short version of the story. When I was a boy, lived in Chicago, and my dad would come home from work, and he always brought home the newspaper, the Herald American. And they had a contest called Lucky Bucks. And what they would do is every week they would take about 25 crisp dollar bills, and they would go out and spend them somewhere within the city of Chicago. And then they would post the serial numbers of the bills. And if you happen to find that you had one of those Lucky Bucks, you would get a prize up to, I think, $100. So every time my dad would come home, I'd get his paper, and then I'd get all the singles that he had in his wallet and go through it. We never won, but it was always exciting to be part of it. So I'd had this idea, and I threw it out to the committee this year, and I said, supposing we take 4 of the 50 caches, and we're not going to tell you which ones they are, but if people find the caches and they're going to have to sign the logbook, some number, and maybe the first person to sign it, but most likely will not be. Maybe the 25th team to find that particular cache will be a winner, and they will get $25 in chamber gift certificate.
Interesting.
So it's strictly random, and it'll be kind of like the serendipity that you have when you're hoping you're going to win the $500. If
Right.
you're not sure which cache it's going to be, and you're not sure what number it's going to be, I know that, but I'm not going to share that with your listeners. So
And those will be announced Saturday night along with the rest of the prizes also?
they will be announced Saturday night, yeah.
Cool.
And we'll be handing out the $25 chamber checks to those teams.
I've gotten a chamber check.
Yeah.
I've actually gotten one.
Well, we believe it or not, we sell about $150,000 worth of chamber checks a year. They're cashed good only at any one of our 500 member businesses, and they're just like cash. So you can go in, and folks come into the chamber and buy them for teachers' gifts or coaches' gifts or Christmas presents or Easter, what have you. And it keeps the money in our community, which is really what it's all about. We want
absolutely.
people to shop locally, and that's why our community continues to thrive.
And again, one of the amazing things about the community is how much it embraces geocaching. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
guys, when I tell you, I mean, the whole city loves it. We are not a nuisance in any way, shape, or form. I mean, you've got all these people coming into this small town and just taking over, and they love it because it brings in a ton of money. And I mean, suddenly these places, in are getting huge numbers of, eating and shopping and all that.
Yep.
So,
All the restaurant marquees all say "Welcome geocachers."
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yes, that's exactly right, and that's it took a couple years before people really understood exactly what it was all about. But what I did not have a problem with is the people in this community are very welcoming, and so they were already predisposed to treat visitors to the community like they're visitors, and not wondering if people are skulking around looking to rob them or something.
Right.
So they're already predisposed in the direction of geocaching.
Yeah. No, it's a great community.
We,
It really, really is.
by the way, we will have a lackey there on Saturday. He's flying in late Friday night, and so he'll be there Saturday, and I think for the pancake breakfast on Sunday. So if people are coming, they will have a chance to chat with him. Let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to tell you. Yeah. Oh, a couple things.
Go ahead.
What'll be going on Thursday night after we have the meet and greet is we have music on Main Street Thursday evening, and that runs in Old Settlers Park, right in the downtown area,
Sure.
from 6:30 to 9:30, and there'll be a rock band that'll be playing that particular night. We have on Saturday a farmer's market. I don't know if you and Jesse have actually stopped there,
No,
but
never.
it runs from 7 in the morning until 11 in the morning. And Vogue magazine has identified our little farmer's market as one of the 10 best in the United States.
Are you kidding?
That's awesome.
Wow. Where is the farmers market there?
It's right in the downtown.
Okay.
And, you just follow the million cars that are all trying to park there. I mean, it's really popular and has a wide range of different products that are available. And also, we are going to, do you know what a plein air is? I didn't, so.
No, never heard of it.
A plein air is artists painting outdoors.
Okay.
And we have that weekend an art festival, and roughly 40 artists are coming in from all over the country and will be painting the downtown. They'll be painting the scenes of the farmers market, some of our quaint old buildings like the old courthouse or even the Frisbee House where we have our offices. It is really a great opportunity to see artists out, at Regner Park and all over. They'll have their easels set up and pallets, and they're going to be painting away. And that runs really through the whole weekend.
That's also the same weekend?
Same weekend.
Here, Chad, here's the best part. Let me tell you the best part of West Bend right here, Chad. Say you live in West Bend, okay? You're a resident of West Bend, Chad.
Oh.
Okay? And you see an influx of thousands of people come into your town. It's August. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I'm going to join them.
Okay.
Gonna go do some geocaching.
Say you don't join them and you're just a normal folk. How can you prosper from this? What can you do?
What can you do? Put a lemonade stand up.
Yes. Or Jesse Brown.
Garage sales.
Have garage sales. Chad,
Yeah,
every
we have a
street
lot of garage
has
sales
1,000
next weekend, too.
garage sales.
Wow.
Which is, to me, is absolutely genius. If you're a garage sale nut, it is like heaven for anybody. Yep, everybody's got the garage sales going, man. I'm like, that's actually very, very smart. Very smart.
Yeah. Well, with the newspaper, we started doing this about 4 years ago, and they contacted me and they said, would you mind? We know we have all these geocachers coming to town, but this would be kind of a perfect weekend to do it. And I said, heck no, let's go ahead and do that. That just adds a little more.
It's genius.
To demonstrate what our community is all about. So
Absolutely.
for a little Mayberry type community,
Yep.
there's a lot going on every weekend.
Absolutely. Craig, I've known you for coming on 7 years now. You've allowed me and Walt to broadcast live from the main stage when I was doing Chicago Geocacher Podcast. 6 years me and Walt broadcast from the main stage, Craig.
Yep.
Can you believe that? 6 years we did it.
Yep.
So I want to thank you for that. I've known you a long time. I've called him a genius every time I see him because the man literally came up with this idea that the executive of the Chamber of Commerce said, "Hey, let's bring some money into this town. Let's have a geocaching mega," and turned it into West Bend. Uh, pretty astounding. It is, and it's amazing that you did that.
So it sounds like when you started that you weren't a cashier. Are you a cashier now?
No, not so much. But I probably I can speak the language as well as most anybody.
Still doesn't even cash.
Hey, listen. Early in my career, my family we were ski tour operators. We ran all the Continental Airlines ski tours for them out into Aspen and Vail and Steamboat and all those places. And I'd been a skier, but the longer I was in the business, the less skiing I did. And it's kind of the same thing with this. This is a job, and so the focus has to be on that. But no, I never would have thought that I would have ended up in West Bend. I spent a career in the hotel industry running marketing departments for different hotel companies. And when I retired, I'm trying to think of something else to do because I got bored. And a fellow that worked for me said, "You ever think about running a chamber of commerce?" And I said, "Well, no."
In his retirement.
Somebody. Yeah.
And then created the Cash Bash in his retirement.
Yeah, well, you got to do something.
It's pretty impressive, sir. You always seem to amaze me. Very impressive. Like this is what he does in his retirement. So
well, yeah, and I thought I'd do this for a couple of years, and it's 13 as of this past May.
Amazing.
I'll be willing to bet he's the only Muggle to have created a mega event.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Although
I think I found 10 caches.
Yeah, you
so
have a caching account.
Okay.
He does have a caching account.
So you're officially not a Muggle. Okay.
Yeah, as a caching
I'm officially not.
Yes, but he's found.
And of course, I've attended 11 mega events. So.
Do you at least log the mega event? Do you log your own event?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. As long as you do
Awesome.
that. All right, Craig, we are running out of time here. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the show. Appreciate it so much.
Scott, listen, thanks. I look forward to seeing you and Jesse, and to certainly to everyone there. They're always welcome to West Bend.
Oh, absolutely. And anybody who is listening to my voice, get out to West Bend, even if it's a hike. It's so worth it. It's a numbers mega where if you want numbers, you go to West Bend because there are power trails. Every back road within 10 miles of West Bend has got 100 cache power trail on it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's fantastic. So, Craig, I will find you next week. No worries.
Okay, I'll have a geocoin for you.
I appreciate it so much, sir. So I will talk to you next week. Chad, thank you. Craig, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Always my pleasure. Thanks, Scott.
No, my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. So next week, guys, we are doing obviously this is the end of Mega Month. Thank you everybody for listening to Mega Month. Here, I'll do the there we go. And we're getting back to our normal schedule. So next week is going to be August Cashier Coffee, Chad. Talk about anything we want to talk about. And I got a lot to talk about because I have a bash. I have a Midwest Geo Bash I'd like to talk about. And anybody who met us, give us a call next week. We'd love to talk to you about it. But yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. And a lot of people I met, a lot of vloggers we met. We met a ton of vloggers. They had a whole vlogging thing, Chad.
Wow.
And I went to and met a ton of vloggers. Which is really cool.
People still do that?
You know what? Here's the weird thing: is like we're considered vloggers.
We are? Okay.
We're on YouTube. If we're on YouTube, we are in the airport vlogging community.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm like, really? I didn't think I was a vlogger.
I just felt it was a podcaster that does video.
I guess, right? So that's next week's show, August Cashier Coffee. We're going to talk about a bunch of things, including the Midwest Geo Bash. So tune in next week, guys, for that. It's going to be fun. And then we have got a whole slew of show, guys. I've been working and working and working. Should I give them a hint on the shows coming up?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Okay, I got to pull it up. Give me a second here. Guys, you ready for this month coming up? The next 2 months are going to be insane. Including I just had an email. Guess who Jesse and I met? Jesse and I met Mike. Mike is one of the owners of pathtags.com.
Ah, okay.
Mike's coming on the show. He wants to talk to us about path tags. How about that? How cool is
Awesome.
that? So that's one person I met at the GeoBash chat. I was making a bunch of people. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get into my show notes here. Because Jesse, can you get in it quicker than I can? Because mine's taking slow.
I don't know where you have it.
It's in the shop. Let's do it. Hold on. It's in the show ideas.
Is it in the Dropbox?
I got it.
Okay.
Is it in the? No, it's on the docs.
Oh, okay.
It's on the docs, but I got it. I think I do. So yeah, so we got that coming up, guys. Okay, here we go. You ready? Here we go. It's just some things on the list here. Confessions of a Geocaching Addict. 5-5 cache discussion. Mentoring new geocachers. Building power trails. Michigan State Parks Geotour discussion. So much more. We've got something about and we just added the pathtags.com Mr. Mike Trippy, right? Isn't that his cache name?
Trippy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's coming on the show. Going to talk all about pathtags.com. He's even might give a sneak peek here, guys. Might even give us some cheap, a code for cheap path tags, only for us. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. I also, Chad, just ordered my first personal path tag. Just
Really?
ordered. Yes, it's coming. But the only way to get it, you got to meet me in person. That's the only way anyone's getting one.
You need to send me one though.
You got to meet me in person. That's the whole point. You got to send me one. You got to. That's my one rule. You got to meet me in person. Yep. You got to shake my hand. You'll get a path tag. That's the rule. Yes. So that's coming. So all these things coming in August and September. It's going to be a crazy couple of months. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun as fall slowly creeps into our lives here. So in the meantime, let's close this show. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Chad, thank you so much, sir. Jesse, as always, thank you so much. Guys, apologize for the grums in the beginning. I have no idea what was going on. Hopefully, StreamYard becomes a good boy from now on. So let's.
Yeah, that was your laptop, dude.
Dude, my computer is literally over 10 years old. I've been telling Jesse, I gotta get a new computer. I need a new computer. I know. I gotta bite the bullet. You know. I know. Hold on. Here we go. I'm not on any of the. I'm on the wrong page. Guys, thank you for calling in and talking to us, and we'll talk to you next week. I don't have much. I can't read anything. Thank you to our sponsors, all our sponsors, and what else do I usually say in this? Hey, Patreon. The show's follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. Hold on, I'm almost there. Oh,
Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cashly, Logwork, FTF, Geocaching Magazine, the Maxud Buddy Company, and Practical Geocaching. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make a purchase, tell them that GCPC sent you.
Wow, Chad, you actually do that better than I do. Well done, sir. Hold on, I'm almost there. Okay. Okay. Oh, God, there we go. That's all we got this week. So we'll see you next week. Jocking Geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe. Good Lord, hug your loved ones. Guys, hug them. Hug them. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
We're clear. There you go.
That show went full circle. It ended on that same train wreck it started on.
I started and I looked at like I had the wrong show stuff up there. I had no ideas up there. Sorry, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Lord.
Here, I want to try to share my screen because I have the West Bend area up on my map. Let me see if this works.
Can you tweak yourself a little bit?
What's wrong?
You're still a little too loud. We gotta work on that because I can't tell if you're soft or
I touch it like the slightest
yes, now
bit.
you're soft. Guys, how does she sound out of curiosity? Does she sound soft?
She
now?
sounds better, just a little soft than a little loud.
Okay, I'll leave it there. All right,
Let's
so
do that.
let's see if I can do this. I want
See, now she
just
sounds soft. Keep doing what you're doing, Jess. But now she sounds soft, doesn't she? Yeah, doesn't she?
Not really, not that
No?
soft to me.
Guys, how does she sound in the
What are you guys viewing here? Nope,
how does
that's
she
not
sound,
that.
listeners?
Let's
Oh,
try.
what happened? What are you doing? All I gotta do is hit the.
I'm hitting the wrong share screen tab.
And I just realized that the closet slider door has been open this entire
I
time,
know,
and
yeah,
it
it
looks
just
like
looked like-
crap.
It was like icky in there.
I never even noticed. You're good.
Everybody says you sound fine. Now she sounds fine. Wait, they're 10 seconds behind, so I gotta wait for them to catch up. Okay,
All
so
right.
this is West Bend proper right here.
This is West. This is my map of West Bend.
How
Yeah, so
many
you can
miles
see.
out are you?
You can see the mega is right here in the middle.
Right.
That's not too zoomed
You,
out.
you got a few smileys around there.
Yeah,
But
I have a lot left to find too.
Can you see all the power trails there? Like bling, 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 bling.
Yeah.
If you go back out, up and down too, it's the same thing. Just power
Mhm.
trail.
Yeah, so I think this year this isn't what I. Come on,
Well, they
think-
said you sounded fine the whole time. Oh, see, maybe it just sounds loud to me.
could just be.
Yeah,
So
it could
this
just
year,
be.
I think we're gonna do down this way. There's some power trails. I
Okay.
can't find them.
Okay, that's what
Here.
we're gonna do this year.
Somewhere right in here.
Okay. Okay.
I
just
don't know.
drive.
I'll find them. There's more power trails for us to do.
Okay, good. And
There's some puzzles in there that you haven't completed.
No, those are challenges I don't qualify for yet.
Ah.
10 caches in 35 states, 10 caches in 30, 10
Yeah, those
caches
are
in
pain.
25 states, 10 in 40. Yeah. I qualified for all these challenges, but those not
Okay.
yet.
all right, guys.
Yeah, I
We
have
good?
puzzles solved.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the show or watching the show, rather, not just listening to the show. And we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, gremlin-less, because tonight was brutal. And okay, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.